What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's happening with Tesla in the overall market and give you guys a very important warning for tomorrow. Just know that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out my Moo link. If you deposit $100, you're guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed 15 in total. And the offer ends on March 31st, so please check it out before they run out. Anyways, so as far as the market's going, okay, we're seeing wild volatility. We saw the markets pump in the morning, then it dumped back down. It pumped again, and now it's just slowing down. So going back and forth and back and forth. Tesla, of all things, is slowing down quite a bit. We ended up losing our 400 support so far. So it does open the door for a little bit more downside, at least from a technical standpoint. But that is not a guarantee because it depends on some factors. So I want to warn you guys about tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be Wednesday, January 15th, 2025. 1 hour before the stock market opens, we have CPI data coming out. CPI is going to be huge. We're expecting the numbers to be very interesting on a year over year basis. We want core to be at 3.3%, the same as before. But then for all items CPI, we're also expecting something a little bit different. For the inflation on a year over year basis, we're expecting a slight increase to about 2.9% year over year. So we'll see what the CPI numbers end up looking like. It's going to be affecting the market a lot. The market's been dipping because of fears that inflation is going to come back up, which could be incentivizing the Fed to keep rates the same for longer. So that's why it's going to be very impactful. It's going to have a big effect on the bonds market, which is going to affect yields. If yields end up dumping because this data is decent, if we get a decent CPI, that could cause the market to bounce and start pushing a lot more. If we get the opposite, if we end up seeing the bonds market make an opposite move and we see yields continue to rise, because if we get a hot CPI report, if CPI is above expectations, then we could be looking for yields to go up even more. They'll climb and climb and climb, and the stock market's going to get dragged down. So, in a nutshell, it just means CPI is going to drag the market up or down most likely. On top of that, we also have this report right here. Tomorrow before market open, we have JP Morgan, Chase, Citi, BlackRock, Wells Fargo, and Goldman Sachs all announcing their earnings. So big bank earnings start today. Get ready for this, guys. It's going to cause some high volatility. We'll see what happens with the banks, and we have to get ready just to be safe. So as far as Tesla goes, just know that as a Tesla investor, we always have these long-term shares we're holding for many, many years to come. But I'm just referring to short term trades when I say this. So I want to clarify that. For the short term, if you're making day trades or swing trades, just be careful because we don't know what's about to happen. Is this going to be a double top on Tesla? Is Tesla about to continue to dump back down to this imbalance around 388, then continue to fall back down to our 200 EMA in the 370 area? Or does Tesla get a big bounce and start trying to break past 420 all over again? It could go either way, but it depends on CPI and the big bank earnings. So just keep that in mind when you're holding any positions. The risk is yours, guys, to take, and we'll see what ends up happening. For SPY, is SPY about to form like a miniature inverse head and shoulders right here and start bouncing up higher? Could this be like a left shoulder, a head, and then a right shoulder, which is about to lead to this upside move into like the 588s to 590 area? Or is SPY about to get a big rug pull and start dumping all the way down to the low 570s? It depends on CPI and these other factors. If you're holding anything overnight, expect a big gap up and be careful, guys. I'm just here to give you guys a warning. On ES, same thing. Will this be an inverse head and shoulders? Is ES about to see a big bounce back up to the 5900s, or do we get a rug pull and start losing 5800? Could go either way. We'll see where we end up bottoming or not. Bitcoin is trying to push here. We're going to be watching 97,000 as resistance, and our support happens to be at 95,779. Could go either way. It's completely choppy right now, so we're going to be watching to see if we get that rug pull below 95,000, or if we break past 97,000 to remain bullish. For NQ, will this continue to dump all the way down and make new lows to lose 20,700 to continue to fall? Or does it get a big bounce above 21,000? It could go either way. We'll see what CPI causes. Will we see the inverse head and shoulders pan out for the QQQ for it to bounce back up above 512? Or is this thing about to collapse and start losing 500 to start dumping to like 495 or 492? We'll be watching that very, very closely. It depends on the data, so keep that in mind. If you're holding anything overnight, be careful. Is Apple about to see an inverse head and shoulders, a big balance right here to fill this gap and start pushing for the 240s, or does it start to reject and dump below 230? I'll be watching that as well. For the Russell 2000, are we about to bounce here, start pushing above 222, or do we end up losing 216? Could go either way. Let me just go over a couple more, then I'll finish this video. For coin, are we about to get a breakout above 269 to really start pushing off a double bottom like pattern? Or are we about to see a big rug pull, and is this about to fail, as we could be also making like lower highs to lose 240? Could go either way. Amazon's showing some weakness. Is it going to end up losing 214? Excuse me, 214 to start dumping, or does this thing try to bounce back up for 220? We'll be watching for that. Will Meta continue to dump down to this gap fill at 585 or below, or is it going to try to get back above 600? How about Microsoft? It's on a bit of a downtrend. Will this continue to fall back down towards the 408 area or below? It does look a little bit more bearish right now, but we'll see if we can reclaim 420 or not. It does still look kind of weak. Google's also looking weaker. Can it reclaim 193 or is it continue to fall back down towards 187? So we'll see about that. But I just want to say, guys, I'm seeing a little bit of weakness in Tesla and many big tech stocks out there, especially because Tesla's below 400. However, just know that, one day does not guarantee anything for tomorrow. Whatever happens, happens, and we'll see what CPI brings us tomorrow. So once again, if you're holding anything overnight, just heed my warning and be prepared, because there's going to be high volatility tomorrow and a big gap up or gap down. The choice is yours, guys. Whatever you want to do, I appreciate your guys' decisions, but get ready for some high volatility. If you hold anything overnight, you have to hold through CPI and big bank earnings, because they all come up before market open tomorrow. So the choice is yours. Good luck, guys. I thank you all so much for listening. Have a good rest of your day. I'll be back in a couple of hours for one more update, and peace out.